Ya, saya sekarang bersama dengan Savon Goodman dari Louvre, Surabaya. Savon, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing well, man.
You look great now.
Just staying corona free, man.
Yeah.
Staying blessed and just staying patient, waiting for to figure out are we going to finish the season or not, or just go right into 2019, 2020, 2021 season.
Okay. Where are you now?
I'm in Philadelphia, Jersey.
Okay.
I live in Jersey, but my family is predominantly in Philadelphia. But I'm home in Jersey right now at this moment.
Yeah. Could you describe a little bit about the situation around your neighborhood during this pandemic?
Oh man, I mean, well, as far as our government here, I'm guessing the same with you guys' government. We're on lockdown as of right now. We've been on lockdown and quarantine for about maybe going on 3 weeks now, babe. About 3 weeks. So I'm hearing things and rumors about we're going to get off next week, but I'm not sure how true it is.
Mm-hmm.
But if we don't get off next week, that'll be in a month that we've been inside. You know, all our malls are closed. Pretty much all the food places are closed. Only thing that's really open is like, you know, you can go to your track, work out, go to the grocery store, and anything that has drive-through. But besides that, everything's been closed down. But I mean, we have the highest rate here, so people have been being pretty cautious. And I mean, other places might think it's weird because nobody wants to talk to you or something like that. But, you know what I mean? People are just trying to protect themselves. And, you know, people just trying to protect their families because at the end of the day, it's a pandemic and it's a serious issue that we're going through right now.
Are you still in contact with your teammates?
Yeah, I still talk to my teammates. You know, we have our group message that we're still in. And I still reach out to each and every one of them personally, just to check on them. Most of them have families. A lot of them have children too. So I was just reaching out to them, and I know pretty much a lot of their families. I have met a lot of their parents, my teammates' parents. So just reaching out to everybody to make sure everyone is in good grace, and everyone is weathering the storm during this hard time.
Okay. Let's talk about basketball a little bit. What your takes on the IBL 2020 so far about the competition?
I mean, well, two that pop out to me automatically is that we had 3 imports this year. That was a little different. Another thing that popped out to me, it was a couple places that we didn't go last year that got canceled, and there were a couple new places that were added on to the list this year. That was a lot different. But I think it was a lot of coaching changes also this year. A lot of coaches, you could have put them in a big ball, just picked out which one you want to have wanted to coach each team, because I've realized that all the coaches, the coaching level had went up, match off game, more competitive. Even though they're not on the court at the same time, it still makes the game more competitive because when someone is tired, you can have another guy who's under 200 centimeters, who's same height as him, come in and guard him. So,
speaking about the import in Louvre, Surabaya, could you describe your relationship with Irving and also Kolawole?
Well, you know, I mean, this is my second year in the league. Last year I played for Stack Pack. Irving obviously played for Sulawesi last year. If you know, and if you know anybody who knows me, did their research, I played this summer a little bit of 3x3 with West Bandit, and also did Irving. We went to Manila together this summer, and we also went to Shanghai this summer together playing 3x3 World Cup. So that was pretty cool to play with those guys. Also, who was on that team is David, and my teammate from last year, David, that played for Bima Prakaska last year, and my from last year. So that team was really exciting and really fun, and that's how I have a good relationship with Tay. So that's how I know him. Mike is our new guy, as you know, our secret weapon, as people would say. Mike is a really heady, really athletic young guy. He can score the ball in, I think, 3 levels, you know what I'm saying? He can score the ball on the perimeter really well. He helped us a lot this year because he was able to play the one and also play off the ball when Wendell or Tay needed to play on the ball when them two were in the game.
Mm.
So I think you know, we couldn't have asked for anything more better for him. I just was yeah, I was just very proud of Mike as you know, how he came in and handled himself as a professional, being as though he was 22. This was his first year. He came in and handled himself as a man, and I felt like he had to grow up a lot quicker than professional athletes usually grow up. You know what I mean? He wasn't put in the spot that you would have thought that he would be taken, being picked third in the draft. You know, during our season, it was a lot of coaching changes, and our coach decided to move him to a starter. I think it was our third series or after being Doom series. I'm not sure what series it was. But when he got moved to starter, you know, his average started going up. He started gaining more confidence and just playing with himself. And I think, you know, with taking you see what he did at Silawani 1 year when they were, you know, the bottom tier team. He had to play 40 minutes a game and, you know, carry those guys, basically scoring 27, 26 a game. So we obviously know what he can do as a scorer. We know what he can do as a leader, and we understand in Louvre what a type of leader he was to our team, being as though, you know, he has championship experience being with PJ a year prior to me coming to the league. So he brought that championship experience, and, you know, he has a really good relationship with Wenas, and that helped us a lot throughout our season and upcoming playoff run we were about to make.
Okay. Regarding Kolawole, were you surprised on how fast he developed into an elite player in the IBL?
I mean, on the outside looking in, you guys would say yeah, but on the inside looking in, from day one, him coming in, I was the player most recently removed from a championship, being as though last year I won one with Stack Pack. So from day one when I see him, you know, and we just happened to meet in Dubai at the airport and take the same flight in. This prior to me telling you on our way in for my year 2, season 2. So when I meet him at the airport, you know, I just get straight in his ear, start talking to him, you know, as an adult, as a man, as a professional, and just trying to give him wisdom and knowledge of what was going to be expected. What it took to win a championship in Indonesia. And I think to succeed, and, you know, he just came to practice and he worked hard every day, you know. We got in the gym and we got after practice. We was always the 3 in the gym, you know, get extra work with our trainer. And, you know, we just trying to get better and figure out ways to win games. That's it.
Regarding the local players of Louvre Surabaya, there are a few of veteran players playing for Louvre, namely Wenda Wijaya and then Galang Gunawan, and also the comeback of Dimas Muhari. Can you tell us a little bit on how the organization handle the playing time for these guys?
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. The playing time, I don't control that aspect of it, nor do I know that much detail of those guys' playing time or how coach was doing it with those rotations as far as locals this year. But I somewhat had an input on who was played and, you know, how our rotations went, being as though I was, you know, a captain of the team along with Daniel, and we were able to see from a far perspective what groups were good together and what groups will play well in the game together. You know, as far as Wendell, he came in, you know, and took on a role more than what I think he wanted to take on. Towards the end of the season, we had figured out our lineups and our money lineups that, you know, we were going to go with when times got hard. And I think Wendell just accepted his role. You know, when his name was called, he came in. Also, D-Myth being a legend, you know, playing with CLS for a lot of years. You know, I appreciate those guys. And, you know, when those guys' names were called, they came in and tried to do their best. And you know, they tried everything they could to try to keep our team together. and just keep us at a level headed, you know, when we got a big win or when we took a big loss. So I think those guys, you know, they play a significant role in our team this year.
Okay. How significant it is, the role of Daniel Wenas in Louvre Surabaya this year?
Well, I feel like that was our glue guy, you know, far as linking the locals together with obviously the 3 imports that we had adding on the 1 this year. I felt like Daniel was our tunnel and our vision towards our locals, you know what I mean? Because he can speak the most fluent English. You know, if you know our team, you know Bandu struggles with English a little bit. Coach Boone and Coach Fudge struggles with English a little bit. Coach Boone can speak English really well. But Coach Fudge and Coach Badu, our head coach and our second assistant coach, can't speak English really well. So we will always have to, you know, look to Daniel, and Daniel will help us a lot, you know, throughout the season, throughout practice, and just being around those guys a lot with being familiar with those guys are talking about what it is exactly that coach wants us to do in the game, what our roles is on the team that he wanted each and every import to take on. So we always sat down and talked, made sure we understood what was going on in and outside the court. I felt like that he was our line of communication on and off the court, and you know, I felt like he came to work. You know, people can say what they want about Daniel, but Daniel is one of the more premier guys in the league, I think, far as on and off the court, the way he carries himself, the way he deals with, you know, when things are going good and when things are going bad. It hasn't always been good. He was just put on a team last year, Silawani, where they struggled, and now he was, you know, he comes into a new position, accepts his role, and I think he was on the verge of playing the best basketball he has played in his IBL career, honestly. But I think he was just, you know, getting comfortable with our offense and getting comfortable with himself growing up as a professional player, being more comfortable with his role on our team and what he had to do for us in the game.
Okay. There are 2 players that's been dominated the league, namely Mike Glover of NSH and Dior Lohorn of Pelita Jaya.
Yeah.
From your own perspective, since Louvre doesn't have the luxury of having that big guy in the middle, and it's your responsibility to trying to face these 2 guys. What's your strategy to contain these 2 big players from their team?
I mean, there's no strategy. You know, it's just it's no strategy. It's no stress. It's no you know, it's no rocket science. It's just going out there and playing basketball, being confident with myself, being confident with my team, and knowing what we have to go out there and do as a team. Not so much of me personally, because I personally could go out there and score 30 a game too. But I feel as though, you know, we have a young guy who can score 32, whether that was him coming off the bench or him starting in Mike. So that took a lot of load off me as far as scoring. And I think I might be leading assist on my team, or second leading assist. So I think that I put a lot more on his plate and less on mine for me to be the player that I was going to have to be this year for us to win. But far as scoring 30, I think that just wasn't my roles, you know, scoring 28 or 27. I didn't have to do that for us to get wins this year. As you've seen when we played Pelita Jaya first game in Jokcha, you know, Bridgewater had 31, Longhorn had 31. I don't think I finished with under 20 that game. I think I had 24 or 26 maybe that game. I think 24. Yeah. But it was just far as coming in the game, knowing matchups. Our first game against Mike Glover, you know, he was averaging 26. He had 6 when we're in Jokcha. Then the second game, we come back and played and Kaderi. I had 31 that game. He has 18 that game. We get killed by their guard at the time. He has 26, NSH guard. I forgot his name.
Weedy.
But, you know, it was just about matchups. No, not Weedy. Weedy killed us the first game when he had 2 points. Second game, it was the I forgot his name, left-handed kid.
Okay.
That plays for NSH.
Okay.
Yes, he killed us with 26 points. So I think it was just really about matchups and about timing for us. It was about everyone being healthy. You know, I felt like we were right there with every team in the league. You know, we weren't too low and we weren't too high. We were right behind SM. You know, we're about to play SM that next week. And Jakarta, if the series would have got switched to Jakarta before all this took place. So, you know, as a player, just having confidence in myself, I felt like we were right where we needed to be. You know, regular season is something different. Every team is different, you know what I mean? Every team starts over. Different players show up in the playoffs for sure. So only thing we had our mind on as a team and me personally was getting to the playoffs. And then once we got to the playoffs, we were going to see who we were going to match up with, and we were going to take it from there and take it one game at a time. But I think we had a strong possibility as anybody else in the league to win a championship this year, if you ask me.
Last question, Savon. Based on what you experienced so far, how much you like Surabaya and how much commitment that you're committed to the organization of Louvre Surabaya?
I'm committed to the organization of Surabaya 100%, as long as they support me. And they showed me a lot, with me going through my injury and us being in this little funk, not knowing what was going on in the IBL the last 20, 30 days that before the imports left, prior to us not playing. And so they just showed me that that organization is an organization that I can call home. They have my back, whether I'm playing or whether I'm not playing, whether I have to nurse a minor injury and get back. They were Team Savon, so I'm Team Louvre all the way. I would never lose the love I had for Stack Pack winning the championship with them and Kim Hung over there and Coach G. But, you know, we just had memories that we have built from that championship last year, and they last us forever. And I was just trying to focus on my team this year that supports me, and I was trying to make memories this year and win the championship this year.
All right. All right. Thank you so much for your time, Savon. Be safe in Philly. Say hi to your family. Stay safe, and then we look forward to having you back in IBL pretty soon.
Thank you. I appreciate you, John. Thank you.